How do we start this?
Hi, I'm Ned, and I'm one half of a two-person podcast consisting of two grown men who just watched the pilot episode to Riverdale, and I just want to get out ahead of it and say that this wasn't my idea.
Oh, you son of a bitch, put it on me. How dare you?
Yeah. This is your fault.
Yes, it is my fault, 100%. What happened when we were just talking about it? Because, alright, so we both know apparently this show goes balls to the walls crazy at some point. And I was like,
Yeah.
I want a reason to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it in my spare time because I value my own time that too much to watch this dog shit show. So...
I gotta rope somebody else into it and have like a project to go around it. So Gator calls me up and he's like, "Hey, fucko, watch this stupid Archie show." And I want to say one thing very briefly, if I may. Fucking kudos to the people who own the Archie brand, because they don't give a fuck.
Oh,
and I
no.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you got to admire the actual audacity of someone who owns Archie comics and just it's like, do you know what our idea is going to be with this comic, this beloved comic book series? We are going to run this shit into the fucking ground.
Archie meets the Punisher, baby. Fuck you.
Let's go. Twice even.
Yeah. Yeah, Archie, not even Archie meeting the Predator, Archie versus Predator.
Yeah.
Jughead gets fucking mutilated.
Oh, you got to admire it.
Yeah,
So,
you do.
Yeah, we watched the pilot episode of Riverdale, available on Netflix.
What's its official name? It's like Chapter 1.
Yeah,
don't
let's have
go
Chapter
swimming
1.
in...
Don't
go swimming in the river, hyphen Dale.
That's the better episode. Yeah, so it's got... Yeah, Chapter 1, The River's Edge. The River's Edge is a perfect name because this show was edgy as fuck. For no goddamn reason. Like, holy shit.
So, do we want to give a plot synopsis first and foremost, or do we just want to, like, go through our notes as the plot kind of happened?
I think a synopsis start off first is pretty good. I've got the synopsis up here on the good old Riverdale wiki, riverdale.fandom.com. So,
may I? Is this the same wiki that you described prior to recording as one where it seemed like the writer of the wiki didn't seem to care?
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, okay, so the synopsis for Chapter 1, The River's Edge. As the new school year begins, the town of Riverdale is reeling from the tragic death of high school golden boy Jason Blossom. Archie Andrews is Jesus Christ, this is so long. That's all you need to know, actually. Like, yeah, so the show starts off with the death of some golden god known as Jason Blossom. And the whole death is kind of mysterious, and Betty's sister is kind of linked to it a little bit because they were dating at some point. Veronica just moved from Manhattan to Riverdale because her dad's committed fraud.
Yeah, committed copious amounts of fraud.
Yeah, and yeah, that's about it. And then it just, yeah, we just get into it. Like, yeah.
So Betty and Veronica joined the cheer squad. Betty wasn't allowed to join because Cheryl, the sister to the disappeared, not dead, disappeared boy.
Oh yeah, disappeared.
Who turns up? Yeah, and he turns up dead at the end of the episode. So who fucking cares?
Oh yeah, spoilers by the way for all of Riverdale from this point forward.
Yeah. We don't care.
No.
We watched this. I think I'm actually gonna be nicer to this episode than Gator will be, because I try to find the good in things, but
I don't.
I shouldn't have made me laugh. Shouldn't have made me fucking laugh. So Cheryl, the sister to the departed Jason Blossom, uh, is like a cheerleading mean girl asshole who won't let Betty join because of a personal grudge, because Betty's sister used to date her departed brother, and they had like an awful relationship, and then later Betty's sister like got fucking institutionalized because all she wanted was a fucking Pepsi, and they wouldn't give it to her.
Just a Pepsi. When she went to your schools, your churches, your institutional learning facilities,
your Riverdale sock hops.
If Becky's sister was played by Psycho Mike, that would be the greatest casting choice.
Oh, I agree. That would be fucking metal as fuck.
Oh, that'd be dope. Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, you summed it up pretty well though. That's basically the entire episode.
Well, and then the
Podcast over.
dance happens.
Oh, yeah.
So, Betty and Veronica start to bond because they both like Archie and they both like are women. And apparently in the Riverdale...
they had a forced lesbian kiss, and...
Yeah, and okay. Something I have to bitch about right now.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many fucking moments in this episode where somebody will do something like, oh, look, we have the gay best friend character, and I'm gonna acknowledge that we do, and look at that, I got ahead of you. Fuck you! You didn't have to do it! You're the writer, you don't have to write that!
I completely fucking agree with you. Because that's it. Like, the gay best friend point and the lesbian kiss moment where it's Cheryl immediately goes, this isn't 1994, you can't cruel intentions us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, right, just because you point it out doesn't mean you've got past it. That's like writing 101, where it's like, you just don't need to do that shit. Do you know, if you know it's a bad idea to put it in, don't put it in the fucking show. Just because you made fun of it doesn't make it good.
Yeah, it makes you look like you're trying way too fucking hard. Because you're like, because like, I want to do this, but I don't want the criticism. Fuck it, do it and do it shamelessly, or don't do it.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely. Like, we'll get to it. We'll get into it properly. Like, should we start? How should we actually talk about this? Do we just want to pick up points that made us mad or that we like?
Oh, sure. I'll start with the first fucking thing I noticed, and I don't know if you did, but this thing infuriates the shit out of me, and it might have just been my end, but I double checked, like my headphones with other things. The first note I have is, what the actual fuck is with Jughead's narration audio? It sounds like he is speaking through his hat. There is some muffled... No, I mean it! There's something wrong with it!
I didn't catch that. I was more trying to figure out who... Because I didn't know it was Jughead narrating at first. So, I was just trying to think, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he doing a crime noir?
He's trying to get money to order a burger.
My first note that I wrote is initial thoughts. This is based on Archie comics, and then my second note was Veronica is hot.
So that's your first positive of the episode.
That's
Veronica
my first positive, yeah.
Okay.
The person who plays Veronica is insanely good looking. Yeah. To be fair, actually, every single person in this show is gorgeous and like handsome as fuck.
I'll agree that. I will drink to that. Everybody looks like they could model the first like 3 pages of like a nice, sexy person magazine.
Yeah. No, totally.
So, the second note I have is unidentified middle-aged white couple hates dead teenager for no stated reason. Mystery.
Mr. That's perfect. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it's just a shot with Jughead narrating, and it's just white people flailing their arms at police, which is just my favorite scene in any movie or show.
Can we do this? I thought this mid-episode. We should choose a worst line of the episode.
Oh, I am very happy you brought it up because I wrote down a couple, I think.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
Alright, so the first one I wrote was 6 more reasons to take this ginger bull by the horns tonight.
Pretty bad. Yeah, pretty awful line. Oh, no, so I'm not getting to Kevin yet. I'm not saying a word about Kevin until I get to my note.
Okay.
My one, so I have two contenders. My first one is read my glossed lips, Justin Gingerlake.
That's it, yeah, I wrote Justin Gingerlake as well.
Awful!
I forgot the line, but I just have Justin Gingerlake, like no punctuation, no caps, just Justin Gingerlake. Oh my god. Right. We'll try and go through order, I guess, with them just to make sense. Because I don't know. I might pair some clips with it. I don't know, but it'll probably get taken down if I do. So yeah, it's a bit of a thingy one.
So another thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah. So like it starts off, with the Jughead narration over this mysterious mystery. Then we go to Betty and Kevin. Kevin's being gay best friend, Betty's being uptight, smoking hot, bottom of nerd girl.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have a note about this because the way everybody is saying like another character's name. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
The way everybody says another character's name, so the audience can know what they're called, is so fucking stilted. And
dude, yes, it like that. It just feels so forced and like wooden, like all the time. Like the amount of fucking things where it's got like exposition, like the people just talk for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, my note is if these name introductions were any more ham-fisted, they would be 2 arms made out of living hogs. And then to follow up with that is my next note, which is just I hate the way Archie delivers every single line of dialogue.
Yeah, totally. Mate, alright, what is his fucking name? It's something dumb as well. KJ Apper.
Okay, that is pretty dumb.
That's a dumb name. KJ Apper. Yeah, this guy is a fucking terrible actor. In episode 1 anyway, maybe he gets better. But
I disagree.
Shit.
I disagree. But, like, my god, do not include 95% of this episode on your fucking acting reel.
Oh, totally. Mate, it was... Like, I know the writing's bad. The writing is very, very bad in this episode, especially. But yeah, that guy, like... I don't know. It feels like none of the actors were allowed to ad-lib or have a bit of fun. It's like, no, you stick to the fucking script and you write it.
There are 2 scenes that I actually enjoyed, and we will talk about them when we get there.
Yeah. Okay, so we start off Betty and Kevin talking. They see hot Archie through the window because, as every single hot dude must do once a night, is then take the shirt off in front of an open window.
That is easily viewable either by the street or by an adjacent house where a love interest or creep is living.
Exactly, yes. It's the rules. It's the rules.
It's the rules. So that's why I'm okay being a little schlubby, is because if I get hot, I have to move houses so that I can be by a window. Yeah, like, it's horrible.
Yeah, this is why my window faces the back, so no adjacent windows at all. I haven't heard that. I haven't earned the privilege of being hot yet, so.
Until you get that front-facing window, motherfucker, you're not
Yeah.
gonna have it happen.
That's it, yeah.
So,
What happens next? So yeah, they talk for a
oh,
fucking bit.
Veronica moves into town.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. That's where I
Yeah.
wrote Veronica as hot.
You fucking dipshit.
She, mate.
Down bad.
I am. I was on all fours backing at my screen.
You smelt a pie and you began to levitate off of the ground.
Oh my god. Oh, that girl. Holy shit. Like, whew. Sorry, but yeah, because like, yeah. So Veronica moves in with a mother who seems lovely, but has probably got some dark past or some bullshit because of what it alludes to later on.
Yeah.
Then we get a diner scene where Archie writes poems and tells everyone he's a football player as well, and he's smoking hot, and he's got everything going for him, but he wants to write music, but his coach wants to play football, and his dad wants to work construction, and he's got one of the hottest girls in school, and he's got Veronica who just came in the diner looking like a fucking witch for some reason.
looking spooky.
Looking spooky. Can someone explain to me in the costume department of Riverdale why they decided to give her a forest witch's hood to walk into a diner?
Because it's like Big Bad Wolf, Little Red Riding Hood.
Don't fucking give this script any goddamn privilege. What are you doing? Don't fucking put me into this.
Yeah, you're right. It was, hey, Veronica's kind of hot. What would make her look like a hot ass goth babe? Ooh, a hood. But yeah, that was it. I fucking hate this writer's room. I really do.
Really do too. But I would give anything. I would give anything to be a part of it. I'm not joking. I want to be
Fair
there.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. My note for the diner scene where Betty's about to ask Archie out, but then Veronica's there, so she's like, oh, Archie is, Archie who has all of these problems, including having a future in football, construction, or music, whichever he chooses, or being with two of the hottest people in the nearest vicinity. He has so many problems. I'll just shut up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. And as well, just to think, right? Actually, fucking chill, dude. Like, play it a little bit cooler. Like, I get it. Like, I'm simping over Veronica, and I've known her for a episode. I get it. But when a hot girl or a hot person in general comes into a room, I don't open mouth gape gore at them, like under some kind of trance.
If Archie's head became like a noodle and stretched out into the middle of the walkway so his eyes could go awooga, it would have been more subtle than what they did.
Totally. If he just turned into a wolf and started pounding the table like oh, like that would have been less subtle.
And then of course he smells a conveniently placed pie on a windowsill.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And he starts crossing his eyes going
Oh fuck. Okay, my note on this scene is this show leaped into the love triangle aspect of Archie so fucking fast. Which it did.
yeah.
The next scene, I believe, is Betty at home, because my next note is Betty's mom is immediately sinister.
Yeah, I've got Betty's mum is a drug pusher.
Yeah.
Oh god, hey bitch, don't be like your crazy ass sister. Make sure you take your fucking Adderall and Ritalin.
Oh yeah, that's what she says though. She's like, make sure to take your fucking drugs, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
So That's actually the line of dialogue.
That's verbatim. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if you watch it and you don't see it, you've been Mandela affected. So don't talk to me. You're from a different universe. So, the next scene, we start out in school. Moose.
Oh wait,
one
sec. Before the school start, actually it's late to his first day at school, which he makes quite a note of, quite a show of song and dance about. Then we meet his dad, who is also attractive in his own right, but also looks like he mutilates like small creatures in his basement.
He does though. He totally fucking does.
Yeah. There's something weird, like all like the like quote unquote teenagers in the show, even though they're all in their 20s very clearly, are all like supermodel level hot. All the adults that we see are attractive but also sinister as fuck. Like they look, it's a weird balance that they got.
Yeah, everybody is just really concerning. In different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Moose has this, like, line where he's talking about, ooh, look at Archie, you're looking pretty fucking jacked, bro. One moment. So I have a note about that, because it was starting to piss me off after the Kevin Keller line and the Moose line, which
that wasn't
I can't
Moose
believe
who
this.
said that. Sorry. That was the other
it?
guy. Yeah, that was the Asian guy. Because they met with Moose after that.
Yeah, you're right. I thought this fucking script had the tiniest bit of foreshadowing, but it didn't.
Nope, It did it with the wrong person, because I wrote homoerotic gym bros. And yeah, it should have been Moose who said that. You're right.
Should have been. Yeah. But my note for this is, can everyone please stop saying, ooh, Archie with the big muscles. This ain't your mama's Archie.
You fucking boomers with your nerd Archie. Check out hot, ripped, swole Archie instead.
And he's sensitive and likes to make music like the old Archie, except he doesn't play in a stupid sock hop. Fucking, I hate it. But my next line, this is the note I've been waiting for, because you've heard how I've done this. It's kind of snarky. It's kind of like, oh, blah, blah, blah. My next note is just, I especially dislike how Kevin is written.
Okay, how, like, just because he is, like, the overtly gay best friend without any shame?
Fucking everything. Like, you want to be, here's the thing. I don't mind effeminate gay characters who are, like, really camp gay. This always sounds to me like a straight person, like, oh, what does a queer person sound like? Oh, I know. I just want to suck a big dick right now. Fuck you. Like, like, don't get me wrong. I hang around gay people. I hang around my fellow queers. I know.
Fellow queers.
My fellow queers. I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog, you are a bitch ass motherfucker. So no, my point is that I've been around people who are like really promiscuous and very interested in fucking right now, and they don't talk like that. No,
they really don't. It is borderline offensive, like how he's written.
And it's on top of that with the I didn't think cheerleaders were a thing anymore. I didn't think gay best friends were a thing anymore. Fuck you, writer.
Fuck you.
Stop it.
Yeah, like again, it's like the writers are just trying to like build up a wall to defend themselves. It sucks. It sucks so bad.
And
like,
and then my immediate.
Oh, go. Like, sorry, yeah. So after the whole that thing as well, I started noticing with Veronica. So Veronica, on the scale of hotness, like, you know, she was a 10 when I first saw her. Okay. When she started talking, she dropped down to about an 8. Because she drops like fucking like 3 references in the space of like 5 minutes, and Yeah, oh my god! I just wrote it's like the writers are trying to prove how smart and knowledgeable they are. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, do you know this author? No, of course you don't know this author because you're a dumb fuck, and I'm a smart 40-year-old man who hasn't seen the outdoors in 10 years.
Oh yeah, it. I would say trying too hard, but
Mm,
like, I that would imply that the writers of this show tried, and like I don't love making that assumption.
yeah,
At
I've
least for
got
this episode,
I've got a list here of what just Veronica references in this one episode.
it's
So
insufferable.
she references Blue Jasmine, In Cold
Uh
Blood,
huh.
Ansel Elgort,
Yeah.
Our Town, a 1938 meta-theatrical free-act play by American playwright Thornton Wilder. What? And
Yes,
then,
a because she's rich. You get
oh,
it? She's rich,
yeah,
so she's exposed to all of the culture that the plebeians like us would never understand.
but then goes from Our Town to Beyonce and James Franco.
Oh yeah. So my other quote of the episode, which might be the most shameful, is in a post James Franco world.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Mm.
rough. Yeah, what
It's
does that even mean?
I know. Like, what do you mean? Like in a post Harry Osborn world? Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Oh shit, dude.
In a post B-list actor world.
Yo,
Come the fuck on.
Gator, Gator, in a post Shia LaBeouf world, what can we really do?
Oh, I don't know. Ned, in this post Jessica Alba world, why are we even making this podcast?
Holy fucking shit, that was good. That was good. Oh, fuck. So
Oh,
my next note is Josie and the Pussycats are in this. What the fuck? No
yeah,
punctuation.
no, dude, I did the same thing. Of all caps, Josie and the Pussycats, 20 exclamation points and question marks.
So I forgot that they were an Archie thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I completely forgot as well. Did you like how ham-fisted they were to make them Josie and the fucking Pussycats? Like,
Yes, I loved how they wore the ears and
brought
they were all,
attention to the ears.
yeah, and it's like Josie, make sure that you say her name Josie multiple times so that I
Yes.
know that they're Josie and the Pussycats. And they are Pussycat ears, which they
Mm-hmm.
specify.
It's specify. Bring it. That was a great burp. Well done.
Oh, that wasn't a burp, that was just me vomiting, but yay,
Oh, okay.
thank you.
Well said.
That was uh,
Uh,
so do you want to talk about the plot point that comes up next, or do you want me to read my note for it?
read your note for it. Go for it.
Okay. A grown woman canonically fucked one of our leads in the Archie show, and it's Archie Andrews himself. I am not
Yes.
holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath for this show to tactfully approach that subject matter.
Oh,
Um,
and do they fumble the bag hard with that?
yeah.
Alright, so yeah, the teacher who has my favourite name in the world, Geraldine Grundy.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Grundy.
Grundy gonna get some. So Archie is walking in this little flashback they have. Archie is walking home and briefly lifts up his shirt to show off his many abs, as hot people tend to do.
Yes.
Because all hot people live in a Diet Coke commercial or some shit.
It's a hot day in Middletown, America, and Archie Andrews, normal teen extraordinaire, needs to show off his 147 abdominals. And
And Geraldine Grundy, proving the point in which I'm making now, where every single time somebody in Riverdale sees a hot person, has to gawk like a fucking weirdo at them, because she goes full open mouth, sunglasses down, leaning out the passenger side window, awooga, whoop whoop. Like,
the car scrunches up and then she starts to run like the fucking Flintstones.
yeah, no, she basically does that scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit with that woman who's like, a man, and like starts chasing.
Oh fuck, you're right. You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Geraldine Grundy, she gets so horny she forgets about statutory rape laws, and
she forgets.
and they fuck in her 1967 Beetle.
Yeah, and it's raining for some reason, meaning that if she had just kept her nose out of it, Archie would have been cooled down by the simple weather itself.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of meaning to the script, a lot of intention.
Do you think, alright, because how bad these writers are, do you think the rain symbolizes that God was angry at this?
No!
I think it does.
You know what I think it's supposed to symbolize?
Oh, her coming?
Yeah, she was
my
fucking
God.
horny as shit for that Ginger Lake. Oh, she was a Ginger Lake, yo! Fuck.
Holy shit.
So much meaning in this fucking episode.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, so, alright, so canonically we have statutory rape and Archie dick so good he made Grundy squirt. Cool.
And it's represented by nature itself, rain.
Yeah, God was coming.
he was peeping down and he went, oh, woo, God, because he saw two hot people fucking. And in Riverdale, whenever you see a hot person at all,
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta act like a cartoon character. Boing.
This episode was not very good.
This was a terrible episode. This sucked, dick. This is awful. I also hate the slow motion and like fucking they're like quick zooms as well they put in for no reason.
Well,
It's
what's
fuck
weird?
off.
So, what's weird is the
Wes Anderson.
cinematography. The cinematography was not bad. It was actually you
No.
could tell people like whoever was shooting this fucking thing gave so much of a fuck. They cared so much, and then the
They really did.
editors, writers, and actors hated them. Just despised them.
No, I completely agree with that. There was it's very well shot for a fucking for a teen melodrama show. This is very well shot.
Agreed.
You gotta give credit for that. Because this isn't like some fucking HBO exclusive bullshit. This is I'm not sure if it's like a Netflix
CW.
original. Is CW?
No, it's it's a CW drama.
Wow, that says a lot because there's some shits on CW.
So the title shows up after we find out that statutory rape has occurred. But we don't know the extent of the rape. We learn later.
No.
Then we get to see Cheryl show up and prove that she's just a big fucking asshole.
Oh, totally, yeah.
My note here is just Cheryl sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like Cheryl.
No.
But I do feel the need to address. So these notes are out of order. I really hate the scene where like Archie. It starts out with Archie like has his laptop out and he's showing Betty some of his music and it's like, oh my god, love is so hard. And she's like, whoa, Archie, this music is like the best. And it's like, fuck you.
No, this sucks. It's fucking terrible, Archie.
I made a better song just riffing right there because I was making fun of it.
Fucking what's that fucking douchebag's name? John Maynard, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that type of music, and it's just ugh. Ugh. That's one of my notes as well. Just ugh. Yeah, I also wrote as well. I want to throw this redheaded chick off a fucking bridge.
That's so much better than Cheryl sucks.
I didn't even bother to learn her name until like very later on. But fucking yeah, she is like the worst. It's like she's like every Mean Girl character rolled into one.
Uh-huh.
And also, she looks about 30.
Yeah, she does. She looks like she's fucking 47. And everybody's like, oh my god, she's the queen of the teens. And it's like, shut up!
No!
I don't buy it!
She's been held back 20 years. What are you talking about?
Archie's rapist teacher looks younger than
Yeah,
fucking Cheryl.
No, she does. She totally does. Why is the crypt keeper in charge of Riverdale High?
Okay. Holy shit! 1 second. Oh. The crypt keeper. Okay. No. The other thing is they have to have the scene, because Betty and Veronica are bonding. They have to have the scene where they try out for cheer. And, like, maybe I just don't know how cheerleading works. But my understanding is, like, you try out in front of, like, adults who, like, go, oh, you have this certain, like, skill set and everything. But no, in stupid teenage drama fucko land, they have the leader of cheer. the cheer leader,
oh
Cheryl.
my god.
Yes. They have her run the auditions, which sounds ass backwards to me. But if I'm wrong, call me out.
Yeah, please do, because I have zero idea about cheerleading either. But from every single shitty high school movie and show I've seen, it has always been the bitchy main head cheerleader.
Yeah, and there are 2 minions to both sides of her.
Yes, yeah, all the time. I don't, honestly, God, I think you're right. I think that's not how it works. I think it is in front of some kind of like coach or some kind of teacher or someone who does dictate stuff like that. But society as a society.
Society.
But like, you know, movie logic has dictated that it always has to be the bitchy led cheerleader and the 2 minions. That's just become real now. That is just the real.
Oh, could you imagine that, like, an entire generation of aspiring cheerleaders have been, like, rejected because we kept thinking movies let Queen Bitch be the ultimate decider.
Yeah,
who
totally.
gets to lead the cheer.
Yeah. As well, right, so Veronica and Betty's, like, you know, little routine to zero music, it's just them cheering, is the dullest fucking cheer I've ever seen in anything ever. Like, I would not have signed them on. They sucked.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, the fact that fucking Cheryl used Betty's weight as, like, which is already, like, obviously bullshit because everybody in Riverdale looks fantastic. The fact that Cheryl uses Betty's weight as, like, a reason to disqualify her just makes her look more petty because she's like, oh, that was really good, when it was, like, the most awful fucking cheerleading ever. We could lead a cheer better than that.
We totally could. I'd fucking at least attempt a cartwheel.
You know what? I wouldn't, but I would laugh at you. So...
That's the thing, though, as well. So, at the end, after do the shit cheer job that they do, fucking terrible, Cheryl was like... Cheryl says, I didn't see any fire. Where's the fire? And Veronica's immediate idea of fire is to kiss Betty. Like, open mouth, make out, French kiss Betty. For no reason. It wasn't needed. It was just a scene to make the like all the girls that are watching the show make the boyfriends go, hey, oh, that was it. That was the whole reason they put that in. And the writers being horny 40-year-old perverts being like, let's make the 2 hot girls kiss.
And then somebody went, wait, but won't someone criticize us for doing this, like, shameless queer baiting and, like, just honestly really exploitative and, like, kind of disgusting scene? And they went, let's have the bitch character call it out. That sounds like a good idea.
Yes, if we make reference to it, that denies us all plausibility.
All accountability erased in a single line of dialogue.
As well, I thought you were gonna say like one writer brought that up, probably the only female writer who's probably hating a job at the moment.
Oh, you're fucking
But all
right,
the
too.
other male 40-year-old writers were way too busy smacking the desk, going "Awooga!" turning into wolves. Like,
they had one hand pounding the desk and the other hand underneath the desk.
oh.
Uh,
How many takes
so-
do you think they made him do that? How many takes? Like, genuinely.
I'm going to bet that by the end of it, they were like, just do the kiss again. And it's like, but we're just making out. And it's like, yes, we're not recording. Like, just do it. Just fucking do it! I need this!
This! Please! My wife's leaving me! Please!
Please! But yeah, literally fuck everybody a part of that production. Like, don't actually do it. They clearly cannot get any. But, like, to hell with them.
Yeah. That scene sucked. I hated that.
Yeah.
I roll so hard. Like this is coming
Miserable.
from someone who has a major boner for Veronica. I rolling at this scene as well. So, like, oh god, trash television.
Then Archie goes to see Mrs. Solomon Grundy. Because...
Solomon Grundy, bitch on a Monday.
Oh, boo, boo. God damn it. Anyway.
Okay, actually, just before we go to that, I do want to give credit to a small scene. So,
All right.
after the cheer and the kiss, Cheryl starts laying into Betty because obviously there is a lot of tension there because Cheryl's brother dated Betty's sister, and Betty's sister went to a mental hospital because of it, and now Cheryl's brother's dead. There's a lot of like weird tension there, and like Cheryl is trying to bait that out of Betty because I assume she feels kind of guilty about stuff. She wants to hear Betty say it, but Betty kind of digs nails into her palms and doesn't say anything. And I thought that was kind of an interesting character moment from the two of them.
I can agree with that. I actually quite liked the shot of like her bloody palm.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like, oh yeah, I kind of enjoy this. And there's another small character moment later that we're steadily approaching that I really thought was like the highlight of the episode.
Okay. I don't know that, but go on. Let's get to it.
So Archie meets his teacher and he's like, I want to do music and you're the only music teacher.
Yeah, and you went to Juilliard, and for some reason you're in Riverdale.
And for some reason you're in Hot Person USA. That should be the title of the episode, Hot Person USA.
That's in USA.
Yeah.
Dale.
So... God damn it. Chip and Dale. Oh, I still got him.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Thank you. So, Archie, here's my note. So he goes to talk with her, and we think like, oh, he still wants to fuck her because he's like, a child, and she is like trying to resemble an adult now. And no, it turns out they heard a gunshot nearby where Jason, Cheryl's brother, disappeared.
Yes. Where they were having a romantic picnic.
Yes.
Yes.
So even though I hate this subplot, like just premise-wise, conceptually, it is very noir, and I can appreciate that from like a writer's standpoint of, okay, you've got this illicit affair and they have information that they should be giving to the police, but it incriminates the two.
Yeah.
But really, it just incriminates one of them.
Yeah, it does incriminate one.
She deserves
and
it. Yeah.
The whole incriminating thing is probably just her losing a job. She probably won't get any jail time or anything for it because it was consensual to a point.
Yeah,
like,
well, as consensual as it can get when you are fucking a child.
Yes.
So...
But we don't really know how old these teenagers are.
I think the implication, because I think
Wait, actually.
Being a junior?
Yeah. There was sophomore mentioned as well to Archie, I believe.
Yeah, so 16 or 17.
Oof, okay. No, I take everything I said back.
And because it would have been over the summer, he might have even been like 15 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's bad. Yeah, fuck her.
She would be going away. Fuck her.
Yeah.
So, again, even though I hate that as a premise, as a concept, I think it's trying too hard to be salacious, to be like, whoa. It is a noir kind of plot, you know? I can appreciate the thought put into it.
They do set up, basically, very straight away, and they get to it quite quickly, that, like, this is trying to be a noir season, at least, or a noir series. They do okay sometimes with it as well, and they set up some stuff. But yeah, my main gripe about how that came across, that duo at the picnic, is one of the lines in it is that Grundy says the exact time, place, date. Like, I actually didn't know. Like, it's just throwing it. Like,
yeah. Like, anytime you have a conversation with somebody in Riverdale during this pilot episode, and you have history with them, you establish specifically every detail behind your... It's the same problem that shows up when Veronica's mom goes to Archie's dad's construction company for a job.
Yes.
Like, he says, oh, you are this character related to this other character we're not seeing because he is a fraud, and he has legal problems.
Yes.
And I'll give that fucking stilted, stupid scene one thing, and it's that it gets a payoff within the episode when mysterious money appears in Veronica's home, or the hotel they're staying at.
That is very true. That is decent. At least we got something. Yeah, so it's leading to something else. But my main issue actually with this show is, like, I get it with a lot of shows. You know, you need to have like A plots and B plots and C plots just to keep things interesting, so the middle ground of episodes don't get too boring, focus on one plot. There are so many lines running through this fucking show, man, already from season 1. Like, god damn. Like, and Archie has like about fucking 5 of like plots of his own. It's ridiculous.
It's true. But what's bizarre to me about it is it wants to speed run through all the boring, like, teen drama shit. Because, like, what we're describing easily could be the plot of, like, a couple episodes, because we're not done. We're not done going through all the shit.
There's about another half an hour of the episode left.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, we could have, like, I don't know, taken some time to get there.
Yeah.
Just have our characters be around each other, say some shit, think about each other. I don't fucking know. And while I can appreciate them wanting to be like, okay, we don't want to deal with all that shit, it's like, okay, maybe make me care about these people before setting up, like, 7 different strings of events that I need to be invested in, when I don't even give a fuck about this ginger, stupid, fucking perfect idiot who's angsty about it.
Totally, yes. I wrote that down as well. It's like, why the fuck should I care about any person in this fucking show? Like, why? Like, did the show just pelts you with plot lines and, like, sub stories and everything, but does not give you a single chance to make any character likable?
Well, there are a couple of scenes. So the first one, I'll say, I enjoyed concept-wise, but not execution-wise, because I hated basically the entirety of the cheerleading scene. Is that it was nice to see Veronica, even though, like, before or after this, Betty asks her, like, oh, why are you being so nice to me? Which is fair, like a human question, and then Veronica exposition dumps instead of, like, giving an answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here is my entire history and an explanation of the person I was. You don't get to see it, because that would require making more television, but here's the shit that happened. So, it was nice to see Veronica be like, hey, no, I care about Betty, she's my friend, and we're a package deal. It was like, oh, I like that. And then in turn, when Betty is about to ask Archie out to the end of the episode dance, which is what they call it in the episode, of course.
Of course.
I'm proud of myself for that.
That was good.
Yeah, thank you. When Betty is about to ask Archie out to the end of the episode dance, and Veronica's like, you should do it, she's pushing her, Betty asks if he could go with both of them. And it was like, that's nice.
Yeah,
like,
no, I did
sweet.
like that. That's really, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, that is nice. It's nice thought anyway, but, Betty lacks such massive foresight. Like, because obviously she's hungry, she's craving something for some Archie right now. Got immediately jealous of Archie looking at Veronica, and obviously knows that Veronica fancies Archie. It was a nice thought, but it was dumb as fuck. Like,
Oh
she
yeah, it
should
was
be
super
smarter
fucking
than
dumb.
that. Yeah.
It was like, I'm the smartest girl in school. Clearly not.
No, clearly I am a dumb broad, as the writers intended me to be.
Okay. The Betty dancing to pop scene was dumb, but we got to see her mother be fucking awful, so you win some, you lose some, is a note that I had.
That's great. Honestly, I take back what I said as well about none of the characters being like, well, I am in full support of Betty's bitch mum. I fucking adore this woman.
She owns the episode. She is
Totally.
She's the one slightly unattractive well, no, and Betty's father.
Yeah.
They are the only slightly unattractive people in Riverdale. And they
Therefore,
have
the most
taken it.
interesting.
Yes, they have taken it upon themselves to make up all of it in spite. And I fucking love it.
She is incredible. I love her. She is the biggest cunt I've ever seen on TV, and she owns it. It's awesome.
No! Take your drugs! No! You can't have fun! You should be doing not that!
You're going to the dance with Archie? That ginger bozo! Like that murdered boy!
I love how much stock this lady puts into hair color. It's like, holy shit, dude.
She's awesome, man.
You know she has a fucking sheet in her closet. You fucking know for sure. Nobody who puts that much stock into hair color is not burning at least 4 crosses a week.
Oh my god. Ned, you can't let me say she's my favourite character in the entire show.
And then insinuate that she's a clan member.
You can't do that to me.
We can cut that, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm keeping it in, that's funny.
Okay. No, I think what it is it's kind of like with villains in kind of shittier shows as well. Is like, or Palpatine in the Star Wars prequels. They're passionate about something. Everybody else is kind of like, well, I'm here and I care about a boy or dick or like nebulous thing. But no, like Betty's mom hates. Who does she hate? Everybody. Why? I have no fucking clue. My goddamn, she puts her all into it, and I can appreciate that.
Mate, if we get a scene later on of like Betty's mom like throwing Adderall at Betty, going unlimited power, like that will make my entire life.
Oh, dude, Dude, oh, dude, I love the idea that the way Betty's mom became so powerful is she just chugged an entire bottle of Adderall.
I just hasn't slept since.
I was able to see everything, Betty, including you slutting out for that fucking redhead. Oh.
You better not have sex with that rusty motherfucker! I swear to God! Oh, I'm sorry to all of our ginger redhead listeners, but it's funny.
Yeah. It's not your fault that she's a fucking racist.
No, it's really
it's
not.
Horrible.
Racist? Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
There's no way. All I'm saying is there's no way you put that much stock in hair color and then you don't go down
you're
the
right,
skin
you're right,
color.
you're right. Yeah.
So, in a post Betty's mom world, we go to the end of the episode dance. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was incredible. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. It came to me after I chugged an entire bottle of alcohol.
Okay, right. So we go to the what and I'm still
Take a
laughing.
moment.
Oh,
Okay. In a post Betty's mom world.
Ooh, okay, so we go to the
Woo!
we go to the poor me, I'm a dead brother sock cop, because there's just a giant poster of Jason looming over everybody.
So I like the visual metaphor of like, oh, his memory is literally looming over them. But at the same time, give it any amount of thought, and it's like, that's not cool.
No.
Like, that
That's
just
not
sounds
cool
like
at
a way to
all.
bum everybody out.
But of course, like Cheryl being the worst person, she's making it all about her, isn't she? So
Yeah.
it does make sense. I mean, I don't think it wouldn't happen in the real world, obviously, but you get it for a fucking psychotic narcissist sociopath that Cheryl is. It makes sense for her to have a giant picture of a dead brother to get sympathy.
Yes, it does. We have some love triangle shenanigans and some awful references.
Yeah,
from
well,
Veronica.
it's kind of like a love square because Grundy is also there.
Well, but like Archie's not trying to fuck Grundy. He just loves music.
Is he though? Oh, is there a bit of subtext there?
I think there's probably subtext, but I'm hoping so fucking hard because I really just want this character to go to jail and then that plotline to end.
No,
like, I'm being
point.
very honest. I just want it to stop. So
Yeah.
I'm just taking Archie at his word.
Mm-hmm.
That he just wants music, please.
Okay. I hope he
Please.
does. Focus on your
Yeah.
shit music, you can't.
Oh my god, girls are so difficult.
Maybe I should just settle down with an older woman instead. This song is
Like,
about Grundy. Grundy.
Grundy, I want you on Monday.
Oh, incredible. Okay.
This
Alright,
is a good show.
I'm not gonna lie, I got to the dance and I started pounding the skip 10 seconds button because I was not interested.
You
at all.
fucker. You fucker. I sat through all of it, you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
All good.
Anything I missed? Because honestly, from the way it was going, I knew I wasn't gonna see a fucking thing anyway.
Yeah, no, it's literally nothing. You missed 0 things.
Yeah.
It's just, oh no, Betty feels bad because Archie's not being around her on this date. Veronica's trying to stay out of it, but is obviously interested. And then Cheryl's like, what if I was the most devious bitch of all?
And she throws down a smoke bomb and cackles like.
Is Cheryl secretly like the Underminer from fucking The Incredibles?
One day the overworld will be mine.
Okay. So, um,
So we go.
I gotta think. Oh, we go.
Sorry.
We go to another location. I don't think it's ever specified where. Just another place, maybe at the school.
No, we go to Cheryl's house, I believe.
Okay, that's where it is. And she's like, she sees their love triangle shenanigans, and she's like, "Oh, I can create some chaos," which is not something that anybody would say in that situation. You just keep it to your fucking self. So, she's like, "Hey, 7 minutes of heaven, spin the booble. Let's start with A for Archie." She spins said booble, and it lands in between Betty and Veronica. And it's like, oh, maybe we'll solve this with just a good old-fashioned threesome. And unfortunately, the characters in Riverdale are either not into poly stuff, which, hey, good for you. I'm the same way. Fair enough. Or they're just fucking stupid. And
I'm guessing the latter by far.
probably. So it goes in between Betty and Veronica, and Cheryl's like, "Oh, I think it's Veronica. Looks like her," to stir the pot. Which, what if it landed on like literally anybody else?
Yeah,
like what
yeah.
if it? Yeah, I guess she weighted the bottle. So.
Well, maybe later on, like in the season, we find out that Cheryl has like magneto powers, but only with bottles.
On glass.
Yeah.
And her villain name is Transparent. So anyway, so Veronica and Archie go to the 7 minutes of heaven closet that every house has to have.
Yeah, the biggest closet I've ever seen in my entire life, by the way.
It's like my fucking parents' closet.
It's like my house. It's ridiculous.
So, I will say, I think this was one of the better scenes in the episode, because we got two characters to talk about shit, and, like, it was just a moment that people got to share, and, like, ask questions, and then instead of, like, a bunch of exposition, somebody just said a thing that sounded like them. So I appreciated it. And it was shot very well.
Very, very well. And the dialogue was actually okay at this point as well. And honestly, it's a very real scene because, obviously Veronica doesn't wants that hardship, but she doesn't want to fucking fuck over Betty, who was a new best friend.
Yeah.
And Archie's kind of feeling the same way a bit, but sometimes teenage hormones, you get horny, you gotta kiss. Like that shit happens, man. Like it's very real.
And he's not really into Betty that way, and that's something that he's struggling with.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, you know what? I kind of appreciate that. Of course, earlier, at the end of the episode dance, Kevin Keller talked about Moose being like closeted gay.
Yeah, and hung like a horse.
And equated not like a moose, but like a horse. And then Kevin Keller disappeared where I want him to be and hopefully be replaced by an actual gay representation. So...
In this show?
I hope...
No way!
Cruising up down Main Street. I hope Miss Grundy is not driving that bus.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have to cut that out. You're gonna have to cut that one.
No, that's funny. I like that one.
That's a little risque even for my taste. So, they make out. Betty ran off home. They're looking across town, and Archie goes to like a diner where Jughead is like writing, I guess, the book that's gonna become the narration of this series.
Yeah, that's what it says. I also just put down a note of all caps, laugh my fucking ass off. What the fuck is Jughead?
So
who's this mopey little emo?
I I agree, and I hate literally all of his narration.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Same.
one more. I kind of liked Archie and him talking, because if you ignore the narration and the bullshit, it's Archie coming up to somebody who is his friend. They don't beat you over the head with the exposition part of it.
Not with Jughead and Archie anyway.
Yeah. Well, yes, in this specific scene.
Yeah.
I like how Archie's just like, can I sit? You know, he doesn't feel comfortable just being able to sit there. You know, they kind of talk about like, hey, you know, if you need to go see Betty, go see her, like, go talk to her. And Jughead just says, it would have worked for me. And, like, I like that. Like, that's the kind of nuance that I expect from, like, a teen drama, Degrassi High kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, it's maybe a little on the nose, but that describes, like, that explains the state of their relationship really quickly, really efficiently, and, like, in a way where I was like, huh, like, I'm curious why it got that bad.
Yeah. No, yeah, good point. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, like, I liked it, and you know what? It was undermined by the fucking narration at the beginning of the scene being like, my former friend, Archie Andrews. No! You could have just had it happen.
Yeah.
You could have just had the fucking scene happen.
You could, yeah. No. You gotta understand, you gotta think of this from a 40-year-old writer's point of view who doesn't know how children work anymore. That, like, it's like we can't have, like, nuance and context in the scene, because then the dumb kids who are on the phones at all the times, on them damn phones, won't understand they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, you can't just, like, it's not like you portrayed that through the scene, and I don't know, it had some of the more effective acting of the entire fucking episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that happened. Just have Jughead tell you that they used to be friends.
Great work, Riverdale writing staff. You deserve to go on strike for higher money.
Hollywood should have gone on strike against them. So, I say that, but honestly, it does take a lot of work to get into a writer's room. It takes a lot of work to write.
It does. I do have a lot of respect for, like, any and all writers, even when they do put out trash, because sometimes it isn't 100% their fault. A lot of it is the studio being like, alright, we need this, this, and this, and yeah.
Well, yeah, and I imagine that they're probably well aware of all of the problems currently.
Yeah, totally.
But I want to shit all over them. I know I've been doing that, and I will continue to.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm going to shit on them too, because it is their fault as well as the producers and the studio.
Yes. It's they have a hand in this, but so do the actors.
Yeah.
So does whoever was choosing the fucking music and decided to just put pop songs into, like, a couple of scenes all willy-nilly. But not like a pop song that you would know, like a pop song that you've never heard before.
So, yeah, that scene, pretty good. He actually goes to Betty's house, where he should have just gone in the first place.
Yeah, instead of searching around fucking nowhere for no reason.
Yeah. Also, another thing that I liked is, like, you know, Archie and Betty decide, they should go find Betty. Archie and Veronica, sorry, decide that they should go find Betty. And they make the good decision not to go together, because, smart, they shouldn't be seen together to go find Betty. But Veronica just goes home. Like, what's fun?
Yeah, Veronica just fucking gets over it immediately.
Yeah, she just fucks off home. But yeah, so then Betty actually goes to Betty's house, and they have this long, drawn-out talk, which was, again, not the worst thing I've ever seen.
All of these moments are hurt by the prelude of a bunch of stupid bullshit dialogue.
Yes. Honestly, I can't. I watched the episode like about 2 hours ago. I can't remember a fucking thing what they said. I can't like. I just know Betty was crying out. She was like Betty, and that was it. Like it was fine. I didn't hate it. It was just not memorable to me at all. I didn't even
Yeah, it
write any
was
notes
nothing.
down for it. Yeah, it was just nothing.
Neither did I. I didn't write a note about that whole scene because it was fucking wallpaper.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Alright,
all
so
I know
fuck
is
that scene.
yeah, Betty basically rejects Archie. Oh, I do remember a line because I thought it was stupid.
Hmm.
Jughead's narration goes, "So not one heart was broken that night,
Oh
but
yeah.
two."
Oh
Yeah,
my
and I
god.
was like,
But we kind of like, established earlier that Archie doesn't really want Betty either. So why would his heart be broken as well? Guess.
yeah, like maybe he's just upset that he's losing a friend, but
Yeah.
like maybe he could have just fucking said that and been clear about it instead of like
Yes.
leading her on like a
Mhm.
dickweed. But
Mhm.
like, okay, but that can still being an asshole doesn't mean that you can't have a good story. I just don't know that like they were competent at expressing that this is a story about somebody who is leading on their friend and isn't entirely sympathetic for having done so.
Yeah, totally.
And then we cut to everybody's favorite character, Kevin Keller, about to go, give some
Chow
head
down
to
on some moose meat. Yeah.
About to chow down on some moose. He's about to get a Canadian special. And,
Grab life by the antlers and ride that bull.
and ride that moose.
See, like this was alright. So I don't like Kevin either. I think he's a terrible, fucking shitty depiction of a character. But
I
honestly,
really
when it
do.
got to that scene where when I thinking they were about to fuck, like my T-shirt was off, like rallying, like yeah, let's get it, boy.
Yeah, I can appreciate it.
Yeah,
Just because it's like, you know what, fucking go for it. I'm glad Kevin is living his best life.
yeah, totally.
Unfortunately, he discovers that Jason is living his worst death.
Caught what by a dead body with a bullet in the head.
Oh yeah, and we end with, oh no, we found out that like Jason is definitely dead and he got shot. So,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
See, and
What's your? Go ahead.
another thing, sorry, yeah, is that I know it's kind of like it's a little very different, like, but like just Kevin and Moose had zero issue calling the police like immediately to tell them they found a dead body, but Grundy and Archie are hesitant on telling anyone that they heard a gunshot at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Archie and Grundy are like, Grundy is like a horrible person.
yeah,
Archie is kind of shitty, but like he does not have the initiative and is following an adult.
yeah,
And is being like emotionally manipulated because she's telling him, oh, like all this bad stuff will happen. And it's like, okay, well, Miss Grundy, maybe you should have fucking thought about that.
yeah,
Like,
totally.
you asshole.
Yeah, just
But
like,
no.
stop being horny for 1 second and think. Like,
Yeah.
like honest, like that's the best life advice. That's saved my life so many times. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah. Save my life. I don't doubt you. That's just a funny way of putting it. I can appreciate how Moose, even though he's closeted, like honestly, Moose is the better depiction of a gay like kid in this episode.
Yeah. 100%, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
it was pretty interesting. The line he said was like, it's like everything except kissing, because that's how close to people kind of act. Like, well done there.
Yeah, and like I kind of bought that he was closeted, and you know what?
Yeah.
That was the most tolerable Kevin Keller part of the episode.
Totally.
So yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I appreciate how they, like you said, they didn't let that situation or being horny get in the way, or oh no, people think I'm gay. Why did we come out here? They called
Yeah.
the fucking cops responsibly. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, smart move. It'll probably come out in another episode where Moose is like, getting hounded because like, why were you at the lake with Kevin? And then we're gonna get some horrible scenes there probably. That's my
Maybe.
foreshadowing on it. But
I think you're right.
yeah,
Like I hope honestly, if they could do a subplot about Moose, like having to come to terms
Hmm.
with like people ostracizing him or treating him differently because of his sexuality, I would give the show a lot of fucking props if it
Yeah.
could do it well.
If
Um,
it could do well, I hope it does do it well. It won't do it well.
yeah,
Like just from
probably
judging
not.
from this episode, like, oh
Uh,
man. But yeah,
so.
then that was Riverdale episode 1 at Chippendale's Edge, or whatever we called
And Chippendale's Edge.
it.
What's your overall grade of the episode, A to F?
A to F. So
Yeah,
A
I
for
have a
Archie. A for Archie. F
and
for Veronica.
Veronica. Fuck you.
Okay, I don't.
Fuck off. Fuck off with that F for Veronica.
Okay, so
Okay.
Alright, so I'm trying to be kind of smart about it because, like, it was the first episode, they were setting up a lot of stuff. You gotta give a bit of lenience to it in that regard. And also, like, I have no idea how the series is gonna pan out. So, like, I can't give it, like, a overall, like, a TV grade. Like, it can't compare Riverdale to early episodes of Game of
Breaking
Thrones.
Bad. Like,
Yeah, or
speaking of
Breaking Bad, yeah.
So,
So,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, sorry, I'm leaning towards a C minus, like very middle of the road, because I don't know where to go from here. In my mind, I was about to give it a D, but there are some redeemable qualities to this episode.
Gator.
Yeah,
I can fucking prove this. We agree. I also gave it a C minus.
really? Oh shit.
Yes. Yeah. So I agree with you that it has to be graded on its own curve.
Mhm.
It's a C minus because I did not enjoy a great deal of it.
No.
Like,
Not at all.
but I can imagine at least 2 layers of much worse episode this could have been. There were things that I could appreciate. There were things where I was like, you know what, I like that. My write-up here that I have is, it was competent at points, but you could tell the writing team was trying to be way too cute and Whedon-esque with their writing. The references were consistently eye-roll worthy, and many of the performances were lacking. But I can appreciate how it sped through the most generic parts of its plots, even though giving them more time would have made the characters gel together better. Still, I could appreciate bits and choices that I think were more than defensible. The cinematography was consistently very good as well, although the sound was bizarre at points. Not without redeeming qualities, even though it feels like the work of a team that says the word Pegasisters unironically.
Great job. No, that was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I didn't give like a write up at the end. The whole thing in my head was like, with almost every show I've seen, it's like if the first episode doesn't interest and hook me, then it's not a good episode. Like, why would I bother watching it? This episode, it did not interest or hook me. If this was on my own free time, I would not watch episode 2, like at all. But
I agree.
because we're making a thing out of it, yeah, we might as well give it a shot.
Yeah, and we did, again, this is on its own curve. If it was on like a normal TV curve, this would probably be a D minus for me.
Oh, totally, same,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's episode 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now my question is, we have talked about episode 1 more than there is episode 1 to talk about.
Yes. Only like half an hour or something. Alright, well, that's everything for this episode of this shitty podcast we're doing anyway. Thank you all for listening, if you didn't listen. I know this is very weird, us talking about Riverdale on what is essentially a fucking fake wrestling website YouTube channel. Well, I thought we'd give you something different while the actual podcast is on hiatus, like, sadly.
You fucked up, unfortunately. Sadly.
I did. Uh, I did say unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm very tired.
It's okay. It's okay.
um, yeah, so everyone, thank you for watching. Ned, do you want to say anything to the lovely people that decided to listen to this bullshit?
Thanks for listening to this. I hope it was more entertaining than actual Riverdale.
Oh yeah, actually that was a good point. If you want to watch Riverdale beside us with each episode, you're more than welcome to. I wouldn't recommend it. We can just do the job for you, though.
That's a good point. So before we completely sign off, I'm actually really excited to watch an episode week by week again because I haven't really done that in a long time because it's no longer necessary, and I
True.
kind of like the anticipation.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some better episodes. I know this show goes crazy off the rails. Like, well, I won't spoil anything that I know about it, but my God, apparently it goes fucking insane. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, hopefully sooner than later.
And yeah, that's everything. Once again, thank you for watching. I've been Gator with my good friend Ned, and stay out of Riverdale.